Alright, I'm not sure if you noticed. I got a certain maul, and it's this one. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that fantastic? Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful right there? That is so fucking beautiful. That is the most beautiful thing I've seen. What's not so beautiful is how fucking broke I am. My money, gone. Absolutely fucking disintegrated. And also, I just want to point out that I just figured out how to fucking pickpocket people. Because I was like, okay, as you can see, I did a lot of side quests. Now, there's still some left over, but that's just because I can't finish them without continuing with the main story, so, you know, we'll finish those later. But I did all these side quests, and the mall was like 151 gold, and I had like 145 or something, and I was like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Because it's not like, you know, I can go out and like farm. So I was like, you know, I was like so fucking like flabbergasted that I was just like, let me just look this shit up. Let me look up how to get money in Dragon Age Origins. I was looking through the wiki, and they were like, oh, you can pickpocket people. You know, I'm thinking like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to pickpocket people? Because like, I like got all this shit for Leliana, and I was actually getting annoyed because I was like confused on what the fuck it's supposed to be about. Because it's like, these look like passives to me, and then my dumbass realized, wait a fucking second, this is a actual thing I can do. Like, so literally what I did is I went on Leliana and I pressed every single fucking NPC that I could press to pickpocket, and every time they would catch me, I would like load back and not do it because I don't know if it has any effect or anything, but you know, so I fucking stole some shit. I stole so much that I somehow managed to get to from 145 to 151 gold. That being said, let's continue with the main story, which is Nature of the Beast. I'm assuming that that's right here. I'm pretty sure we're gonna run into some shit. Yep. Oh, it's a bunch of... Oh my fucking god. Here I am thinking nothing. Like, it's... Okay. Alright. Okay, can I please not have any more spiders, please? Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here, actually. This is actually pretty good. Because, you know, I sold all my fucking potions. This is just my own. There's literally a fucking spider web, like.
Stop right there, outsider. The Dalish have camped in this spot. I suggest you go elsewhere, and quickly.
I just want to note that I'm actually really excited to meet the Dalish because in Dragon Age Inquisition, keep in mind I haven't played that game in a while, but in Dragon Age Inquisition, I don't think they really talk much about, like, they talk a lot about the Dalish, but they don't really have a good representation of the Dalish as far as I remember. Like, you don't really go into much detail about like their backstories and stuff, other than people who already ate them, and Solus, and a couple like side characters. So I'm actually pretty excited to meet the Dalish. So actually, I've been looking for the Dalish.
I find that hard to believe. What business could we Dalish possibly have with a group like yours?
Okay, why are we so fucking rude? Like, all these options feel so rude. Like, I was hoping to take advantage of your hospitality is really fucking rude. Why am I Dalish wares? There's no way they would trade with me. This is just rude. I'm between these two, and I know I can persuade her, because I have a lot of coercion, but I'm just gonna try to be nice here. So, I am a Grey Warden. I wish to speak to your leader.
A Grey Warden? How do I know you're telling the truth?
You will have to take my word on it.
I suppose that a lie wouldn't gain you much benefit. I shall bring you to the Keeper. In the camp, I suggest you keep your hands to yourself, and remember that our arrows are still trained on you. Follow me.
Yes, ma'am.
I see we have guests.
Lovely. It's a whole colony.
Who are these strangers, Mithra? I have precious little patience and less time to spend on outsiders today.
This one claims to be a Grey Warden and wishes to speak with the clan. I thought it best to leave the decision to you.
That was wise of you. Masirinus Mithra, you may return to your post.
Manuvinen, Keeper.
Now, allow me to introduce myself. I am Zafrian, the keeper of this clan, its guide and preserver of our ancient lore. And you are?
Now we know, as you remember, we got fucking manners up this bitch. So, my name is Alyssa. Pleasure to meet you.
Manners. From a Shemlin. Interesting. What might be your mission here? Have you come to spread news of the Blight? I had already sensed the corruption spreading in the south. The existence of the Blight is not news to me. I would have taken the clan north by now, had we the ability to move. Sadly, as you can see, we do not. I imagine you are here regarding the treaty we signed centuries ago. Unfortunately, we may not be able to live up to the promise we made. This will require some explanation. Please, follow me. The clan came to the Brazilian forest 1 month ago, as is our custom when we enter this part of Ferelden. We are always wary of the dangers in the forest, but we did not expect the werewolves would be lying in wait for us. They ambushed us, and though we drove the beasts back, much damage was done. Many of our warriors lie dying as we speak. Even with all our magic and healing skill, we will eventually be forced to slay our brethren to prevent them from becoming beasts. The Blight's evil must be stopped, but we are in no position to uphold our obligations. I am truly sorry.
I'm just gonna pause right now to say that I think this is gonna be one of my favorite storylines in Dragon Age Origins as of right now, because fucking you got these elves. Keep in mind, I'm a human from like a rich family, so I'm as privileged as privilege gets around here, okay? And I have these elves who are Dalish and werewolves, and not to mention the fucking, like, this just seems like it's gonna be really an intricate story. So I'm kind of excited a little bit based on what I'm seeing so far. Although it is kind of funny that there's werewolves, because fucking Twilight much? Like, is there no way to help your men?
The affliction is a curse that runs rampant in their blood, bringing great agony and then ultimately either death or a transformation into something monstrous. The only thing that could help them must come from the source of the curse itself. And that would be no trivial task to retrieve.
Well, I am pretty good at non-trivial tasks.
Within the Brazilian forest dwells a great wolf. We call him Witherfang. It was within him that the curse originated, and through his blood that it has been spread. If he is killed and his heart brought to me, perhaps I could destroy the curse. But this task has proven too dangerous for us. I sent some hunters into the forest a week ago, but they have not returned. I cannot risk any more of my clan.
Well, I got you. But before I blindly agree with you, which I totally will, but you said you could perhaps destroy the curse?
There is no guarantee that this will work, as I suspect. But it's the only hope we have left.
No worries, I'll find this Witherfang for you.
I must warn you that more than werewolves lurk in the Brazilian forest. It has a history full of carnage and murder, you see. Where there is so much death, the veil separating the spirit realm from our own becomes thin, allowing spirits to possess things, living or dead. But if you can indeed help, then I wish you luck.
Sure, of course. But I have some questions, and I want to look at your shit, so I have some questions for you.
Make them quick, if you please. I have much to do here. My apprentice Lanaya or Sayrel, the clan's storyteller, could provide you with answers just as easily.
How do I find Witherfang? Do you have any advice?
Watch for the white wolves. They are his eyes and ears in the forest.
Tell me more about this curse the hunters suffer from.
There is not much to say. It stemmed originally from Witherfang, but now any werewolf may infect someone with it.
So did all werewolves everywhere stem from the Witherfang?
No. The ones from this forest, however, do.
I can't believe there's fucking werewolves in this. Like, what? Are there vampires too? So if a werewolf bites me, then I will become infected?
It is possible, but not guaranteed. The only way to protect against the curse is not to be bitten.
Yeah, I'll just not get bitten then. I'll just not get bit. Like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to? Okay. How do you know if you have been affected by the curse?
You will know within a matter of days. You will begin to sweat and vomit, and most tellingly, your temper will become wild and uncontrollable. If that happens to you, you should seek out Witherfang even more swiftly. Your mission at that point will be rather personal.
How did this curse start?
That is a long tale I do not have time to tell. Ask Sayrel about it if you wish. I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
Cute. I mean, not cute, but I will. Ooh. Oh my god, there's a. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of shit here. Now, see, even though I discovered I have the ability to steal shit, there's no way I'm doing that here, okay? Because they're literally dying. But what I will do is click on every single one of these things. Alright, I know y'all are dying and stuff, but I'm just gonna steal your wares, if you don't mind.
So you are the Grey Warden who is supposed to save us? I never thought I would hear of an outsider who would ever do anything for us.
Well, I ain't a hater, so...
Let's get started.
That's a cool fucking skull, by the way. When you fucking read... I know what this is. A Tale of the Dreadwolf. Oh my god. It goes this far back? I did not even know that. I'm not gonna say what I know, because you guys know I played Inquisition, but I don't want to like spoil anything for the people who didn't play Inquisition and are following along. But if you know, you know, because oh my god. Alright, I think we grabbed everything, so now we're gonna talk to people. And this is like a random side quest, so.
Who comes? Oh, I beg your pardon, stranger. I was so busy attending to the Hala, I did not hear your approach.
What is a Hala?
They are the noble beasts that pull our Aravel. What humans call landships. They are our companions and our guides.
My own people keep similar herds, but of horses.
I have seen your horses. The relationship is different, as is the purpose. We ride the Hala, but never with reins or a saddle. It is the Hala who decide where to lead us, and our privilege that they take our Aravel with them. In return, it's the herder's job to speak to the Hala and care for their needs. It's a bond of friendship, and not servitude.
So why have you separated this one from the others?
I fear she may have been bitten during the werewolf attack. I have tried speaking with her, but she is too agitated for me to understand. The curse would not affect her as it would us, but it would still be lethal. And it may prove contagious to the other Hala as well. I can find no wound on her, but if she's truly ill, then I will have to put her out of her misery. For her sake, as well as that of the others.
Well, now that I just met this Hala, I am emotionally attached to it, so is there anything I can do to help?
I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful.
I don't know if I do, but I'll try it. So I do have some survival, I guess. Examine the Hala.
And? What do you think?
I truly cannot tell.
I am glad you attempted it regardless.
Try to calm the Hala.
No. No, I'm sorry. She isn't calming any more around you than she is for me.
I'm sorry, I tried my best.
I know. It was kind of you to try.
I should go.
I will watch her for a while longer and see if her condition changes. I am grateful for your assistance, friend.
I don't have any, but I know Alistair does, so I think I can bring Alistair here later, because I think I put 1 point in survival for him. So I might bring Alistair in here and see if I could maybe help. This girl has a name. Must be important.
Andaran Atishan, outsider.
Who are you?
I am Gaina. Is there something you need from me?
Can you answer some questions?
I am not sure what I can tell you, but I shall try.
I want to know more about your people.
You should speak to Lanaya. She's the Keeper's first and knows much of such questions.
Tell me about the forest.
You would be best to speak to Seirel. He is our storyteller and knows far more of such tales.
What can you tell me about Zatharian?
Zathrian? He has been our keeper since long before my parents' parents were born. What could you wish to know about him?
What is a keeper exactly?
He keeps us safe, and he keeps the knowledge of our people safe, so we may bring it to all of our people one day.
What knowledge is that exactly?
The ways of our ancestors, of course, from the time of our Lathan, before the human empire enslaved our people.
Where does he get this knowledge?
From the other clans, and from the artifacts we uncover in our travels. Everywhere the old empire was, so went their slaves. Pieces of our past lie everywhere.
Bring it all to your people?
To the Flat Ears, those who live with the humans. When we have a new homeland to settle in, we shall teach all elves the ways they have forgotten.
I have another question about Zatharian.
Yes,
Just how old is Zatharian exactly? I'm sorry for mispronouncing that, by the way.
I don't know. Very old. It is said that Zathrian may be one of the first to become as our ancestors were long ago, immortal.
Damn. But how could that be? Why him and not others?
We all live longer than the Flat Ears, the elves who live with humans. The Keepers even more so because of their knowledge of the old ways. Why Zathrian differs from the others, I do not know. Perhaps he has been blessed by the creators.
Why would I say that you don't actually believe in those gods? I'm not saying that shit. I want to know something else.
What is that?
I need some equipment.
Master Verathorn should have what you need. Seek him out at the forge.
I should
Then
know.
may the creators bring you fortune.
I don't know they can be more. I mean, I feel like I did know, but it just... I haven't really retained that information. Hey, dude.
Hello?
Hello yourself. Who are you?
I'm Kamen, a hunter apprentice. Though I wish I could become a real hunter.
Why can't you?
I shouldn't be talking about this to an outsider. You wouldn't understand.
Try me. I might surprise you.
I suppose there's no harm in it. It's not like you can help me. I've been an apprentice for too long. To become a true hunter, I must bring back the pelt of a beast I killed myself. A boar or a wolf or something. I wanted to hunt in the forest, but we're forbidden to enter because of the attack. But the real problem is Gaina.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Girl problems, I see.
She's my heart's desire. I have asked for her hand, but she cruelly refuses it. She will not bond with an apprentice, she says, and calls me a child. I am no child. If I was a hunter, I could prove it, but I cannot hunt, and Gaina will never bond with me. I feel so helpless. I shouldn't have brought it up. Just leave me to my misery.
I mean, personally, if a girl rejects you cruelly, I would just let it go, bro. I would just let it go. But since I'm here and I'm a ladies' lady, there must be some way to solve your problem.
You think I haven't thought about this? There's nothing I can do.
Have you tried wooing Gina? I hate all these options, by the way.
Wooing? I don't understand.
Have you tried giving her a gift?
A gift? No, that wouldn't be appropriate. Not before we're married.
Bro, I'm not, but she cruelly rejected him. Why? Oh, the Leliana's romance is playing. That's cool. You know what? I'm just gonna talk to her. Because I don't get the pelt for him.
What do you want now? I told you everything already. You think I haven't thought about this? There's nothing I can do.
Perhaps I could talk to Gina for you.
I suppose you could, but what good would that do? The situation hasn't changed.
I can be pretty persuasive.
Really? I'm willing to try anything.
Alright, I'll go talk to her now.
Cyranas. Oh, ma Cyranas. I will pray to the goddess of love that you are successful.
I mean, I'll do what I can, but if she finds you ugly, as nothing I can do. But I'm not getting that pelt for him. Like, I just feel like that's just based off lies. Like, no.
Greetings once again.
Cameron told me about you.
You spoke to him? What did he say?
He said that you refused to give him your hand.
Oh. I don't expect an outsider to understand our ways, but I just can't bond with Cameron. He's been a hunter apprentice for over 2 years now, and he's yet to slay a proper beast. Each time he's tried, something has gone wrong. Perhaps the creators do not wish us to bond. I cannot bond with an apprentice hunter, can I?
I mean, if you love him, it doesn't matter what he is, does it?
But what if he never becomes a proper hunter? What will become of our family?
I hate this one because this is just like seems so, I don't know how to put it. Like, it just seems so like, oh, I know he's useless, but just like, you know, blindly believe in him. Like, I don't know, but saying why does everything depend on him sounds like really harsh. Like, oh bitch, why don't you do something? But I'm more tempted to pick that option because it implies that she could be hunting. You know what? I'm just gonna say, why does everything depend on him, and hope for the best.
You are right. As a woman, I must ensure that he believes in himself. All I've done is make him miserable. I know I cannot be like you, both woman and Grey Warden, but I can be formidable in my own small way, can't I? Ma Cyranas, thank you. You have helped me put this into perspective. I will go and speak to Cameron.
As a woman,
Cameron, I have been a fool.
Gaina? What do you mean? Have you changed your mind?
I have. The outsider has helped me to see that I was wrong. I have made you miserable, and I should not have.
But what about my hunt?
I don't care about that. I know you will pass your hunt in time, and we will be happy. Us and our children.
Thank you, Gaina. You've made me a happy man. I feel blessed by the gods today. We are both very grateful for the part you've played in bringing us together.
How marvelous you are. I am so happy.
This is so wonderful. Young love allowed to flourish.
Here, take this. It's been in my family for a very long time, but I hope it plays some part in your battle against the Darkspawn. It's the very least we could do.
like I said, I'm a lady's lady. I'm just gonna say right now that I don't know what the hell she meant by as a woman. Like, is the Dalish like super traditional or something?
Anderanetitian, stranger. I am Athras. I hope the others have not been too harsh in their treatment of you.
I don't mind. I understand.
That is very generous of you. Most would assume we are unkind as a rule, and that is not the case. Especially not to a Grey Warden. But we have lost much, and it is easy to forget simple niceties at such a time. I understand you will search for the wolves in the Brazilian forest. I would join you, but Zathrian has forbidden me.
You do not seem very happy about that.
None of us are happy about this situation, and I least of all. But I shouldn't speak too much about this, especially with an outsider. I am sure you have little interest in my problems.
Please, I'd like to hear about it.
It's odd to talk so freely with a stranger, but perhaps you can help me. My wife Dalish and I both fought the werewolves in the ambush. She was injured so gravely, the curse spread rapidly in her. Zathrian fought hard to ease her pain, but there was little he could do. And though he says that Dalish is dead, he will not let me see her body. I am beginning to believe she became a werewolf, and that it is being kept from me so I do not go chasing after her.
And if she was a werewolf, and the elf chased her and then found her, what then? Sweet, blissful reunion?
I don't know. Maybe she would know me as her love, even still?
More likely she would love to eat you.
If I could just know if Dalish is alive, or what happened to her, then I could be at peace.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, she got a point right there. I'm just gonna tell you right now. But I will seek her out in the forest because you going in there is probably not a good idea.
I have an amulet made by our craftsman. It's not much, but I would be happy to give it to you in return for any news.
Underanitation, Grey Warden. My name is Leliana. I am Zathrian's first, what you might call an apprentice, perhaps. I've been studying under the Keeper all my life. I am a bit curious of the outside world. Do you mind if I ask you a question or two?
If you like, go ahead.
I hear the human cities are very large, thousands upon thousands of souls all packed together in their houses. Is that true?
Yes, some are larger than the eye can see.
How very loud that must be with everyone talking all at once. I try to imagine those of our people living in such a place, surrounded by walls of stone and indifference. It is a difficult thought.
It isn't an easy life for them, that's true.
I suppose you have met many of my kind in your travels. My heart goes out to them. It is said that one day we will have a land of our own. We Dalish gather the ancient wisdom in preparation for this. When that day comes, all elves, even those who have forgotten, will reclaim their former glory. I have a question, if it's not too impolite to ask. Do your people regret what they did to ours?
Some of us do. Not all humans are the same.
I see. That is difficult for our people to accept. Even if only some were in favor of what was done to us, the rest did nothing to stop it. A poet once wrote of them, before the fall of the Dales. Like dragons they fly, glory upon wings. Like dragons, they savage, fearsome, pretty things. But you don't need me to quote poetry to you. Forgive me. Perhaps you have some questions of your own.
Yes, actually, tell me more about yourself.
I'm hardly anyone special, I assure you. If I seem different from the rest of my clan, it's only because I was born amongst humans. I came to the Dalish at a very young age, but I've always retained my curiosity about the world I came from.
How did you come to the Dalish if you were so young?
My parents were servants to a human merchant whose caravans plied the southern routes. One day, bandits killed him, and my parents both. I was the only survivor, just a young girl, and the bandits took me. I was their servant for several years.
A servant, young girl, with bandits? I'm sorry. It must have been horrible.
It was. The long years of reflection have allowed me to come to terms with it, to put them in perspective. I can only imagine what would have happened had the clan not saved me from them. I owe them my life for that, and more.
You said that the Dalish rescued you from the bandits?
The bandits killed a scout when the clan passed near their camp. When the clan discovered him, Zathrian came looking for his killers. He followed their tracks for almost a month, and when he finally caught up to us, he fell on the bandits like a terror. No one could stop him. I sat there, and I watched him attack them in a blur, and I reveled in every blow. When he saw me, the fury in his eyes turned to pity. He took me back to the clan, and I've been here ever since.
Didn't you have family you could have returned to?
It's possible I might have had some, maybe many. Zathrian offered to take me back, but I had no idea where I was from, and I wanted to stay with the man who rescued me. The clan is my family. Any others out there? It's best they believe that little girl died with her parents. For now, the clan is all I need. My old world could not have offered me all this, and the knowledge of a keeper as well. Perhaps one day, when I am keeper, I might inquire out of curiosity. I'm not sure what lies down that road except pain, however.
How did you become a keeper?
I am not a keeper. I am Zathrian's first. Though because I was not born into the clan, becoming his first was very difficult. We Dalish have old traditions. The clans come from the ranks of the nobility that once ruled the Dales, you see. The keepers of those old clans have the strongest and purest blood that reaches back to the days of Arlathan. I had to compete against the other candidates for first, to be better than them in everything, simply because I was not of the old blood.
You must be proud of your accomplishments.
I am. The ceremony where Zathrian anointed me as his first was the proudest day of my life. The clan has placed great trust in me. One day, I will lead them and be the one who secures our future.
You go, girl. You fucking go. Anyway, I think I kind of got the gist of all these, so I'm just gonna say I should go.
As you wish. Darth Shirel.
So cool how they have the old elven language. So fucking cool.
What are you doing? You've warped the wood completely. Did you leave it out in the rain?
No, Master Ferrothorn. I think I just used too much heat.
You're not smelting ore like a Durgenlin. This is living wood. It requires patience and delicate hands, not more heat.
My actions bring me sorrow, Master Ferrothorn.
And so they should. Truly the art will be lost to us forever at this rate. Throw away your dead wood and start anew, and I shall speak to our guest. You're most welcome here, stranger. Is there anything I might do to help you in your task?
What exactly do you make here?
I'm the clan's craftsmaster. It's my responsibility to learn what I can of the ancient elven arts of shaping wood and ore. In truth, we Dalish know little of the art compared to what we once did. And even what we know has taken us many lifetimes to achieve. There is wood that, if treated properly, is as hard as steel but far lighter. It grows only in this forest. Ironbark. The Keeper has forbidden us from entering the forest to collect the wood. This means I cannot make our finest crafts for years to come.
What if I found some ironbark for you?
I would be hesitant to ask it of you, but if you should come across ironbark, I suppose there would be no harm in gathering some. It is blue and very distinctive. You can only harvest the bark which has fallen off the tree from age. Now, if you find some, bring it to me, and I will craft it for you.
What kind of item would you make?
I excel in making blades from the ironbark, or perhaps a breastplate. Provided there's enough wood, that is.
Very well. I'll take a look when I'm in the forest.
That would please me. So long as our hunters come first.
I think other than Cyril, we've talked to everyone? Oh, there we go. Mithra.
I trust there are no hard feelings about my questioning of you when you arrived. We Dalish must protect ourselves from trouble at all times.
I understand.
Had we known a Grey Warden was coming, we might have arranged a different reception. But I wish you good fortune with your task. Dareth Shiral.
Okay, doke. Well, that's everyone, so let's go talk to Sadel.
We few wanderers greet you, Shemlin. We understand you are venturing into the haunted forest to save our brethren. I suspect your efforts may be in vain. An entire group of our hunters went into the forest to do as you intend, and they have not returned.
If I'm lucky, maybe I can find them.
An outsider to the rescue, but of course. What were we doing trying to solve our own problems?
That's fair. Perhaps I should go.
No, stay and remind us of how our fate rests in the hands of an outsider.
You are being most unkind, Cyril. Would you refuse our hunters' help simply because of the hand that offered it?
You shame me, Lethalan. I have allowed my bitterness to cloud my better judgment. Forgive me, Grey Warden. It is most difficult to forget the lessons the Shemlin have taught us. Perhaps I can yet make amends. Stay while I spin a tale for our children. And then I will tell you of the forest if you desire.
Well, I'm glad I didn't say anything. Honestly, though, that was deserved. Maybe I was being a little rude with what I was saying. I didn't mean it like that, though. But this bitch definitely has a savior complex, so it's fair. Yes, I'd like that.
Come and join us then, all of you.
Bah, the elf wants to tell stories. Do we truly have time for such drivel?
I imagine an ancient being such as yourself would have many stories to tell, hmm?
Indeed. I have 30 years' worth of tales involving pastoral village life and being defecated on by pigeons. Riveting stuff.
And far more than that, I suspect. Now, what say we tell the story of the fall of the Dales? Which of you children knows that best?
I think I do.
Yes? Then come, child. Oh, don't be frightened of the outsiders. Now, where do you suppose such a tale should begin?
When we were slaves?
Yes. Long ago, our people were slaves to an empire the Shemlin had built on the darkest magic. They took away our history and our language and left us nothing. And then that empire fell. We were freed.
Because Andraste came with her army, and Shartan joined her.
Yes. Andraste, the Shemlin prophet, came out of the south and challenged the Tevinter Imperium. Our ancestor, Shatan, fought at her side. And when the rebellion came to an end, we were given a new homeland in the west. The Dales. We began to rebuild the culture and history we had lost in our years of slavery. We worshipped the creators and made the Dales our home. Perhaps you know what happened next, stranger. Do you know what happened to the Dales?
You think was unfair? The first one? Fuck no. The second one? Could be interpreted wrong, because think it was unfair. Like what? Enough! Absolutely not. I'm just gonna say no. I really couldn't say.
Could not say, or will not. What do you say, child? Can you tell us what happened to the Dales?
The Shemlin wouldn't let us be.
Indeed. They resented that we would not worship their maker, and they resented our ways because they were so different from their own. The Shemlin nations grew cold towards the Dales. They called us blasphemers and tyrants, and declared war upon us. A great crusade.
I hate all these options, like, oh my god. But I guess it makes sense because I'm like this privileged fucking rich girl, like, you know, of course I have some ignorance, so I'm just gonna say not every human felt that way, I'm sure.
And which is worse? The actions of those who believed they were right, or the inaction of those who knew they were wrong? Oh, I am certain we played a part in our downfall. We believed that the Shemlin would not revoke their prophet's gift so lightly. We were wrong. They took our lands, forcing us to abandon our gods and live as beggars in Shemlin cities. But there were those of us who refused to abandon our ways. They emblazoned the symbols of the creators upon their flesh and vowed to keep their ancient lore alive.
That's us. That's the Dalish.
Indeed, child. We chose to wander, homeless, rather than be ruled by the Shemlin. And all our clans wander alone until the day we have a homeland once more.
Then we bring the old ways back to our people, because they have forgotten it all.
For we are the Dalish, the keepers of the lost lore.
The walkers of the lonely path.
We are the Elvenan, and never again shall we submit. And that is the tale of the Dales, stranger. Thank you for allowing us to tell it to you.
She'll allow me to tell the story as well.
Perhaps another time. You are the guest here, and one who may yet prove of great help to our ailing hunters. Now, as I said I would, I can tell you what I know of the Brazilian forest. Do you wish to hear it?
Yes, tell me of the forest.
Our legends say that before the Shemlin came, the Brazilian forest was a place of our ancestors that predated even our oldest homeland. The people of the Imperium came here, and gave the forest its name. If they found traces of our ancestors, we cannot say. If they did, those elves were slain or enslaved. We know only that a great many battles were fought here. These trees grow upon the graves of those who fell, Shemlin and elves both.
And?
So much death in one place tore the veil into the beyond. The Shemlin know the beyond as the Fade, the place of dreams and spirits. When the veil is torn, spirits pass into our world freely. The legends say that one great spirit possessed the wolf that became Witherfang, who passed its curse of rage onto men and created werewolves.
So there are many spirits in the forest.
The forest is said to be haunted. Spirits possess the trees, the wolves, even the bodies of the dead. They yearn for true life, you see.
This Witherfang still exists today.
So Zathrian insists. He says that Witherfang does not age as the werewolves do. Witherfang is as much spirit as it is beast, and thus it is immortal. Perhaps it cannot even be slain. At the very least, it is old and powerful, much as Zathrian himself.
There were battles in the forest.
Who can say what value the Imperium placed on this land? And how many elves died here, in slavery? Even the barbarians, who came to overthrow the Imperium, fought and died on this soil.
How many werewolves are there?
No one knows. When the Shemlin lived in these parts, the curse would spread anew to a few of them with each passing year. They would run off into the forest, never to be seen again. Eventually, all the Shemlin left. One assumes the werewolves survive by passing their curse to their offspring. They have had no new blood, Until now, that is.
Have the hunters become werewolves?
It is said that 1 or 2 have turned already, though the Keeper denies it. As for the rest, they will either die or turn, unless they are killed out of mercy. I would rather die than become a ravening, soulless beast. Wouldn't you?
That's all I need to know.
One last warning. The forest is like a thing alive. It changes as it wills, closing paths behind you and opening up new ones. Too many have become lost within, unable to find their way out. Were I you, I would endeavor not to make the forest my enemy.
Alrighty. Can I talk to you again?
Gaina and Cammon together, I see. Strange that you should take the time to involve yourself in that affair, of all things.
Like I said, I'm a ladies' lady. What can I say? Anrian. Oh my god, isn't that Wynn's regret? Right? That's what it is, right? Oh, this is cool. Okay, I didn't know it would come this quickly. Have you heard of an elf named Anrian?
I appreciate you trying to find him, but what are the chances?
Anarin the healer?
You know Anarin?
He lives? No, it can't be him. Perhaps it is a common elven name.
No, I know of only one Anarin.
Ah, it makes sense. Anarin said that he was from the human cities. You are old friends, then?
If it is the same... I'm sorry, I keep mispronouncing the names. If it is the same Anarin, then yes, Wynn knows.
If you seek Anarin, you must venture into the forest. He prefers to be amidst the trees and the animals.
Thank you all so much.
I should go.
Dareth Shirral.
Girl, we'll find him for you. We will find him for you, don't you worry.